Boom. And we are live for the sprint race for Austria, Red Bull Ring.
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah. I've literally just got in, so sorry if I look a little bit scrappy. But I'm joined by the Pedro. Who's over there?
Hello.
Hi, our very own Mr. Saturday. And it is in fact Saturday, so this makes sense. But we got a race on Saturday. No, a sprint. Excuse me. Oh dear, just got here just in time.
You know what? I think in Vegas the race is going to be on Saturday.
Right. Whew. So, yeah, this grid is complete, apart from a very, very quick explanation from Pedro. It's a complete... I don't know what's going on, apart from I know Hamilton's 18th and Perez isn't last. Unlike... Oh, hello!
Whoa. Who's that going into the pits? Is that...
That was Bottas or Joe.
I think it was Valtteri.
There's no way he's going to be switching to dry tyres.
Oh,
Maybe he's
the
going to
pit crew is
wets.
there. Wait, what is he going to do? The pit crew is there.
Yeah, maybe he's going to wets.
That's weird.
Ooh.
That's a bold strategy.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Not sure if it's wet enough to go for it. Okay.
Oh, don't crash in the first corner. Don't crash, don't crash. Yes, and Martins are together.
Oh my god, was that Hamilton?
I don't know, but Max just pushed...
So many points.
No, that was Sergio. Sergio just pushed Max onto the grass. And now here comes Max back up the side.
Lando, oh my god, what is going on?
Oh, Norris lost out so badly, having to just stop.
Oh, Hulkenberg is in P3 though.
Yeah, but the Red Bulls are going to take each other out of this, right?
Oh my god, what is going on?
Hulkenberg P2? Anybody?
Is he going... Oh my god, I thought he was going to be able to overtake Checo there.
Side by side. Oh, he has got him. He has got him.
Checo is struggling in these conditions.
Well, he just, him and Max have been knocking 10 barrels of crap out of each other.
My goodness.
How hasn't anyone lost a front wing yet?
Oh my god, Lando lost out so much on that.
I know. He literally had to stop in turn 3.
Oh, can you see who's in P7?
Albon, well, he always does well in these sort of circumstances. He's a wet weather demon.
He was unlucky to miss out on Q3 today. I think he got knocked out by less than... I think it was like 60 milliseconds or something like that.
Eesh.
So, less than a tenth. Yeah, pretty unfortunate.
Right, Bottas did in fact go to Inters, so maybe he was on wets originally. All the two Merc boys are right up at each other, K-Mag. Now one Mercedes, two Mercedes. No.
Oh god.
Do you know what? This would be the irony. Hulk gets a podium and it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Hey, Mags, good to see you, buddy. You an F1 fan as well?
He's actually doing pretty well for himself. He's almost a second ahead of Checo.
But it's hard to see in these circumstances. Although we can see Hamilton trying to go running outside of K-Mag. That's something you do not do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, it is in sense, eh, Nick?
Hi, Nick.
Well, I'm glad the Aston boys haven't bumped into each other either.
Surprised that Stroll is ahead of Alonso. He started behind him.
Yeah, but Alonso's doing that thing of like the father figure part 2 or the older brother, isn't he? He's just like no. He's my boy.
Or Stroll just turned into Prime Senna. He always seems to do like for every 1,000 races.
Yeah. Suddenly wakes up when it's a wet race. Oh, I feel so sorry for Norris. I mean, he was staring at the back of the Red Bulls as they
Yeah.
took each other out almost in turn 3.
Yeah.
The Ferrari nearly went up the back of Hulkenberg, who somehow ends up in second place at the end of this lap.
My God, did you see Max was
Yeah,
on the grass there for a long time.
well, yeah, and then he completely outbrakes Sergio, and then Norris does the same thing and nearly goes up the back of Max, and then just gets swallowed by the pack.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. It's one of those things like you just have to make a decision in like fraction of second, and like in that case, he was just on the wrong side of the road. There's no way he could have predicted that, I guess. Saying that, could have probably turned a little bit more, but I don't know.
Did you see that from Max?
Mm-hmm.
Complaining he got pushed off the track?
No, it was Checo who was complaining.
No, Max was complaining about Checo pushing him off the track, and Checo was doing the same.
Oh, okay,
they were both complaining. Yeah. Pot, kettle, black. Oh, Mags, it is a bit mad. We love a wet weather race because it brings stuff out like this. Bernie Okerson was on to something when he said bring out sprinklers. Right, Norris is just...
right.
Who is he behind? Leclerc? Wow, okay.
Leclerc, yeah. Leclerc was struggling, actually, throughout all the sessions today. He ended up every single one behind Sainz, I believe, which is unusual.
Yeah, it's weird for it to be that way around, particularly when he was P2 for actual qualifying too.
Mm-hmm.
So
he was struggling today.
Yeah. So if Hulkenberg, I know this is early, we've got 19 laps to go. If Hulkenberg ends up getting a podium here, does it count as a podium? Because that is his number one stat, the driver with the most starts are at a podium.
Surely it should. I think it should. I don't know. Because then again, I don't think Russell got his race win. Like, technically, he isn't a race... No, I mean, he was at Brazil, but... For the sprints, I'm not really sure. I think they should count regardless. Like, a win is a win.
Depends on how they classify it, though, because originally it was sprint qualifying. Originally. Well, you can see all the drivers taking different lines. They're trying to search for grip around here. Oh! Alpine slow. Well, out of the corner.
Who is that?
Leclerc just found another gear, disappeared out. He had Norris all over the back of him, and then suddenly he's on the back of the Alpine. Ocon must have made a bit of an issue of himself there.
Yeah, I think I saw the other day that Gasly going into this weekend had already got all the maximum amount of parts that you can get without triggering a penalty on his power unit. So that's going to be hard to manage the entire season.
Of course, now it comes out the budget as well.
No, and then like you just start getting penalties. Like, and we are this early in the season.
What McLaren and Honda used to do is they used to go for the first 2 or 3 races and just bank a load of parts. Of course, it didn't matter because they blew up anyway. But
wasn't it once that like there was some ridiculous amount of penalties, like Van Dorn with over 100 places in grid penalties or something just for one race?
I want to say it was 50, but either way, yes. And yeah, he would have been starting in the previous Grand Prix.
Oh, it's starting to rain a bit
Norris
more,
on the inside. Or down the outside, sorry.
Ooh.
Norris has got the pace here today. He could have easily been on the podium. Whatever it's called here.
Oh yeah, speaking of that the other day, I'm not sure if you want to discuss here or if it's something that you want to discuss maybe like tomorrow.
Hit me.
What do you think about the technical directive that the FIA wants to implement? Not sure if you've heard anything about it recently.
Remind me.
So pretty much, those teams that have programs like McLaren, Ferrari have obviously teams outside of Formula One. And what the FIA was saying is that, some of those teams develop stuff that can be implemented in the F1 teams. And what they were thinking about was implementing that into the cost cap like if the teams end up using those parts for the F1 team, they have to implement the costs on the cost cap.
Yeah, there's a bunch of loopholes which they need to clamp down on, and like out of. Yeah, it's all to do with the budget and all that sort of thing. Getting some of the affiliate teams and companies to do work for them for free. Yeah, no, anything that's used on an F1 car, I think should count. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Because like the Mercedes Ineos boat team could run simulations for the F1 team, that sort of thing. Yeah.
I mean, I was seeing especially Ferrari, since they have their like endurance team. They could, like, with the hybrid stuff, they could probably, I don't know, maybe transfer some of those parts into that knowledge into the F1 car and all that.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense. Yeah.
It's difficult to police, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, because like it's sometimes we don't think about all these factors. Like, I mean, obviously, I know that some stuff were transferable, but like I didn't know they could use a lot of that knowledge to implement into the F1 car. But it makes sense that they take advantage of that data and like knowledge, etc. Other stuff.
I guess we'll see. Back to the sprint race. Are we gonna see dry tyres? It doesn't look that wet to me.
I don't know, because it seems like it's raining a bit still. Yeah, it's raining a bit.
This part of the track's much wetter. We're in amongst the trees.
Hamilton and Russell have made a few places.
Okay, yeah, that still works. That camera doesn't show it properly, does it?
Yeah.
And Hamilton cannot get past K-Mag. No, sorry, Russell. Hang on.
Russell.
Did Russell get past him? I'm sure he got past him at one point.
Not sure.
Actually, I know he did, because we said there was two Mercedes trying to get past the
Oh yeah, because
pass.
they were side by side.
Yeah, and same thing.
Oh. Can he...
Or did he just not complete the pass at the end of turn 4?
Can probably do it under braking. Yeah, there he goes.
George Russell's up into P11. Still no points.
Hulkenberg is still in P2 somehow.
He does have Perez sitting on his rear wing, though. So are we seeing Red Bull teammates Fallout Part 2 for these two? Because words are going to be had about that first lap.
Yeah. That first lap was... Like, the debrief is going to be interesting. I wouldn't want to be there. Oh, Alonso, do you think the track will dry? Potentially. Okay. Well. It's going to shake things up. I'm not sure if it will...
That angle looks dry. It's in certain bits of the track. There is dry. Okay, undercut from Hamilton. Do not say it. the old Crofty thing. Okay, Mag's coming back.
But Lewis is going to get the better exit, I think. Yeah. Ooh, but there's...
Okay, Mag's still got the inside for the next corner.
Ooh. Ooh, round the outside. That was a move and a half.
Ballsy. For P12.
I mean, Lewis did say that he wanted to have some fun at least on the sprint.
I don't think he meant for P12.
I mean, he was so devastated. I think he was just like being pessimistic, saying that he was probably not going to get anything out of the sprint, so you might as well just have some fun.
True, points wise.
Yeah, because then again, like you don't like it's from 8th upwards, and it's not that many points.
Yeah. It's worth mentioning we can see all of the cars, particularly on the main straight, are going to the right to keep their tyres cool. They use the water. So they're clearly thinking they're in the zone where it's time to worry about the tyres.
Oh, Checo.
Very different lines through turn 5 there. It looks like Hulk's over driving a little bit. He's missing the apex everywhere.
Yeah.
Unless he's hunting for the grip. I'm not really sure which.
Unless he's trying to avoid the marbles, perhaps. Max is saying that it's still Inter's time.
They're clearly thinking about it though, aren't they? Who's going to be the first person to try the slicks?
I'd say someone towards like the mid-pack. Considering, I think I have two drivers in mind. Probably Hamilton.
My one's K-Mag.
Lando, because McLaren just tend to risk a lot on their strategies lately. So.
Oh, okay, here comes Sainz. He's coming up to the back of Hulkenberg and Perez as well.
Yeah, with those two fighting, he's getting closer and closer.
Hulk's being defensive. He's not moving too much. It's good defending.
If Checo wants to make a move, it has to be now.
Yeah, here he comes. Yeah, I mean, Hulk did right.
Yeah. Didn't fight too much.
In all honesty, I think he should probably give up the place to Sainz and just manage the gap to Stroll. A 4th place in a Haas in the sprint is still good.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Leclerc and Norris still doing it. It's good racing though, this sprint, for a change.
Are we already in lap 13?
Yep.
I know it's a short circuit, but still.
Right, I'm calling K-Mag to go to slicks.
You reckon? In a Haas? You know how the same team that wanted him to stay out on dries in a wet Monaco?
That's the one.
Not so sure about that, you know.
Okay, here comes Sainz on Hulk.
Yeah, if I was Hulk, I'd probably do the same thing you're saying. Or eventually, if Sainz starts scrapping with Checo too much, maybe just be there to try and take an opportunity. But yeah, first place in the Haas.
Even a sprint is still a very good result.
Pretty good, yeah.
I mean, it'd be 8, 7, 6, 5 points, which is going to be invaluable to them in the bottom field fight.
Yeah, that bottom 3 fight is very close. Bottom 4, I guess you could say as well.
I'm just going to have a quick look at the constructor standings. Haas are currently at 8th on 8 points, so that will put them up one above Alfa Romeo, who are not scoring today.
Yeah.
So that put them on about 12 points. AlphaTauri still only has 2 points.
Both from Yuki, and they would have more if it wasn't for that penalty at Barcelona and all that. I'm still not fully convinced with that penalty, but
I think we need to move on, because I agree with you, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so Leclerc is always on the back of Ocon, then he falls back, and then Norris is on the back of him. It's just a yo-yo between these three.
Surely Leclerc is going to make a move now.
Oh, he's going to do the same thing as Perez. Running outside, turn 4.
On the outside. Ooh.
Nope. Undercut.
He broke a bit later. Yeah. He's got a better exit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, that was so close.
How is Ocon still ahead? I actually stopped paying attention because I was shocked they didn't crash.
Oh, Norris again. Could go for it. Around the outside.
I'm still absolutely let down for Norris after that turn. turn 2
Yeah.
thing. Oh dear.
Good points for Albon as well.
Yeah,
With
2
these
points.
three fighting, it's only helping him.
Wet weather is always the time for the lower teams to get a big haul of points. It's a shame it's not the Grand Prix because they get probably double the amount of points. But still, grab them when you can.
I mean, he's gonna start P10 tomorrow, so.
Uh-oh, Norris has got the 2 marks on his rear wing. Right. Yeah, Norris switched back on Ocon. And here, how didn't they... How wasn't
so
Leclerc
close.
launched? It's good, close racing, but... Woo!
Just saying that Albon is gonna start in P10 tomorrow, so that's... You can still do something. Let me actually check the weather for tomorrow.
It's good to see a bit of wet weather at a race, though, isn't it? Weekend.
Yeah.
Here comes Norris. Okay, Leclerc off the track a little bit.
Yeah, there he goes.
Okay, will Leclerc dive down the inside into turn 1? He might.
Oh,
Don't hit Norris, whatever you do.
I think he might try it into turn 2, aka turn
Russell's
3.
in,
Oh,
Russell's
Russell.
in. Okay, I called it wrong. I didn't think Russell, but you did.
Same. No,
Yeah,
I
you did.
said Hamilton, actually.
Oh, you did say Hamilton, yeah. I knew you said a Merc.
Even though Russell only tends to risk a lot more in these situations, make the calls on the tires and all that. Well, let's see if those are working. As if they are.
DRS enabled. Okay, now that is the F1 game equivalent of it's now
I
dry.
was gonna say that.
I'm glad we were thinking the same thing there. Well, it's the Kimi Räikkönen equivalent. Oh, I'm going to use it anyway.
Okay. Oh.
I would imagine if the tyres stay intact, Verstappen, Perez, Sainz and Hulk are not pitting.
Probably. Oh, Stroll is right at the back of...
Yeah, that Haas is just not fast enough. He's done well, but he's dropped 20 seconds nearly to Verstappen in 17 laps.
Oh, Alonso is still there as well.
Yeah, it won't be long. I think he'll hold off Albon, but that's as good as he's going to get.
Yeah.
If the tyres stay intact. And here come the trio again.
Norris. Ooh. Now we have Hamilton joining the party.
Verstappen fastest lap. Is there a point for fastest lap in the sprint?
Good question. Let me do a quick.
Doodle. Piastri went to slicks as well. Russell, sector 1, fastest. Here we go. We're going to start seeing this now.
I literally called the right teams, but just the wrong drivers.
Close enough, eh?
Let me check.
Hulkenberg's in. Oh.
Ooh. I wasn't expecting that.
Brave.
Oh! He almost hit the mechanics there of AlphaTauri.
Yeah. Hamilton's in too. But it's wet in the pit lane. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not swimming pool wet, but it's wet.
Hulk is on the mediums.
Yeah, he probably hasn't got any soft tyres left.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so, because in sprint qualifying he did set his fastest lap on the mediums.
Maybe he likes the balance.
Mm.
But that's gutsy, because I do not imagine Albon's going to pit upwards. I'm surprised Hulk has, but maybe his tyres were just dead.
And then again, it's Haas and strategies. So.
Merckx is together. Merckx.
Oh, Russell.
Russell's got the temperature in the tyres. That makes sense. I would imagine the lap extra that he's had on the tyres has warmed them up more. But obviously, Hamilton had that faster lap when he had the slicks inters on still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Albon has come in.
Oh. I mean, I think they kind of had to react to what the others did.
It's only 5 or 6 laps. I wouldn't have bothered.
I mean, if the tires are getting faster and faster. Wait, Albon has come off ahead of Leclerc.
Okay, Russell just shot past Bottas. Well, shocker, I know, but...
Still haven't found out whether you get a fastest lap points.
Okay, so Albon had a slow pit stop. That's the other problem in these settings. I mean, going for pit stops so quickly, it's pressure. 3 into 1 is not going to go, lads!
Oh my god.
Don't go running outside of Hamilton there, that will end in tears. I think he actually did touch Leclerc. I think there was a little bit of contact there. I mean, that's where Hamilton took out Albon there, and I want to say Gasly as well, but don't quote me.
I'm really enjoying the sprint race today.
I know, more laps, please. More laps. Hulk up to 8th. He's got back in the points. But he's 15 seconds off Norris. So this is what I was saying. Was there much point in him pitting? He's going to have to catch him at, well, 4 or 5 seconds on a lap.
Yeah.
On mediums, maybe.
Perhaps, but I'm not... He really needs to go all out then.
I've lost who is here. I mean, there's 3 abreast going through there. I mean, that must be Bottas. Yeah, it was Bottas. Lose 2 places in 100 yards.
Albon.
Albon's just done Hamilton. Leclerc on Bottas, who's on Hamilton as well. What the hell?
Bottas is still on the inters.
He is.
Holding them off somehow.
He's staying on the wet bit. Yeah, now there's a dry line though. Yeah. Okay, there's Piastri coming up behind. Bit of a flick up there from the Ferrari. That looked weird. Okay, so Hulk has caught Norris by about 3 seconds that lap. He might do it. So he might get back up to about 6th.
Let's see.
Russell's got Gasly. Gasly's still on the inters. So we've got inters, mediums, and softs all on the track at once.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen too often.
Hulkenberg did gain like 4 seconds to Norris.
So what he needs to do, he's got 3 laps and he's 11 seconds behind. 9. Okay, he just took a chunk at a time at that one sector.
Like Norris has the DRS on Ocon, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough.
That pit stop has screwed Albon.
Yeah, I was going to say, it really did. I guess you could also say Hulkenberg, but he was already going backwards as it was.
Yeah.
Because of that car. So.
We'll probably find out his inters were done. Alonso, he won't pass. Turn 4 incident involving Hamilton and Leclerc. No further investigation. They did touch.
Yeah, I just find it strange that Leclerc went that wide into the corner. Took that wide line.
Okay, Hulk is going to get Norris, I'd suspect.
Oh, Piastri is getting close to Leclerc. Very close.
P13 though.
Yeah. What's happening there? Oh, Piastri did overtake him.
He has. You can see Fernando's hunting for the wet bit of track.
Yeah. Oh, walk up for Leclerc there. Oh, Piastri made up another place.
Albon and
okay.
Piastri. Yeah, that was a bit rude, but he got through. Leclerc's just gone backwards.
The overtakes on that group.
Mm.
Piastri is flying.
He's definitely got heat in those tyres.
Just 1 second ahead.
I would have imagined that would have kind of startled Albon, to be honest. Okay, Hulk's 2.2 behind Norris. He's going to get him this lap. He might get Ocon too. Fastest lap, Piastri.
Piastri.
Oh, okay. I'm watching the time screen more than the actual track.
Yeah. Hulkenberg is already 1 second behind Lando.
It's final lap. Okay, Verstappen's starts his final lap.
0.2 seconds.
Yeah. There he goes.
Lando. Nope. There he goes.
Come on, Hulk. You can get Ocon as well.
Oof, can you imagine? Oh, Russell is almost there as well. I think he's too far behind though. Yeah, he's too far behind actually.
No, he's still got time. He's still got a lap yet. I think Russell's going to end in P8. No, they're starting their final lap now. They've still got a lap.
Oh yeah.
It's Verstappen who's going to come around and take the win. Yeah.
Oh, is Hulkenberg going to overtake Alonso then?
7 seconds, no.
7 seconds.
Alonso can't be fighting Stroll, can he? Or is he just playing with him?
I don't think he is, but it's a bit stupid from Aston Martin, considering that he's ahead in the he's in P3.
Don't hit each other.
This might be crucial.
They are fighting, I think.
Oh, there goes Alonso.
Yeah. Okay, Max has
As
won.
we were seeing the back-
Move on.
No one
Okay, thank
cares,
you.
come on.
I'm glad they showed it.
Oh man.
I don't know if he's playing with him or he actually is trying. I can't quite work it out.
I'm not sure, but I think it's a bit stupid that Stroll is staying ahead of him, because it would make more difference to Alonso to get the extra points.
Yeah, but he didn't. He did that the same thing. I think it was at Barcelona. Hulk was right there. he caught him 6 seconds
behind, but he was almost there.
Oh, Russell!
Oh, he did take him at the end.
No, 9 thousandths. He didn't get him.
No way.
9 thousandths.
Oh my.
You can't blink or fart that fast.
Wow.
Well, it would be a turbo, wouldn't it?
9 milliseconds. Are you serious?
Well, that was one of the best sprint races I've ever seen. I mean, that's right up there with that Sao Paulo one with Hamilton coming from the back.
I agree. Totally agree. Wow.
The flares are illegal.
I knew that the qualifying would make things interesting for this, but I didn't know it was going to be this entertaining.
Ah. I wonder if we're going to see an investigation regarding the Red Bull boys. I mean, all that's going to happen is one of them might get a 5-second penalty, which won't change anything, but just out of curiosity. So yeah, Norris surprised Albon.
That completely ruins Norris. That incident between the Red Bulls.
I'd love to see the first-person perspective from Norris at lap 1.
True. Didn't get overtaken by Russell. It's a shame for Lando. He did pretty well, across all, even in qualifying yesterday, qualifying today. I think he didn't deserve to come off this sprint race without any points, but...
Well, at least it's a sprint race and not the main race.
True. Yeah, super impressed with the sprint race. I mean, yeah, that was was very good, very good.
Rate that 10 out of 10. Rate that out of 10, the sprint race.
Sprint race. You know what? I'd give it at least like a solid. I'm gonna say 8.7.
8 points. What? Where did you pull that number? Right. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a.
You know what? I'm gonna bump it up to 9 as well. Round it up. 8.7 rounds up to 9.
8.7. I've never had anyone do that. It's either 0.5 or 8.7.
I just felt like went for a random number, to be fair.
No, I like it. Hey, Dark Mad One. Hello.
Hello.
You're joining us on a fun and interesting sprint race for F1. Hope you're doing well, Sweeney. Right, these. This is gonna be meme to high hell, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, you did it. No, you did it. I was going down this, but you're a twat. Ooh. Oh dear, these two.
Wish I could hear what they were saying. What they are saying right now.
Well, they're saying it there, so they're not recorded.
Yeah. Checo doesn't seem to be that angry though.
I'd say Checo looks quite unhappy.
Yeah, but I wouldn't necessarily say angry or anything.
Peeved, I think is fair.
Hmm.
I think they're peeved with each other, to be honest.
Yeah.
And Dark Mad One, thank you. Yeah, doing well, thank you. And yeah, how's the streaming going for yourself? You're an F1 fan. Do you know, it's not something we ever really get to say, but I reckon the F1 cars, when you got this little bit of damp around, it brightens the colours up somehow, and they just look gorgeous. Brings out the vibrance.
And to do it in the middle of a race. But he did pretty well for himself.
He did well, actually. He usually dumps it off the road, doesn't he, in these sort of circumstances?
Mm.
The Red Bull were 20 seconds ahead in 24 laps.
I mean,
it's Max, of course, but still.
I want to see the laps, actually.
It was 19 seconds between Perez and Max.
Max finished 21 seconds ahead of Checo.
Last time I checked, it was 19. I would imagine, Checo got stuck behind Hulk for ages, didn't
he? Yeah.
But I would imagine he wasn't pushing.
Seconds.
Well, if Checo wasn't pushing, that explains it. If he was pushing, I'm worried.
Because he only finished 2 seconds ahead of Sainz.
Mm.
Do you know what? Something that I was surprised yesterday. I'm not sure to what extent this is true, but I saw it on like a page that I usually follow that talks about like these F1 like stuff, and they insert trivia there whenever they can. Apparently, yesterday's qualifying, it was the first time on which the first and the last drivers were separated by less than a second.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good stat. That's a very good stat.
I was surprised yesterday. I was mentioning like how happy I was to see that there wasn't that much difference between the drivers lap times.
Mm. That's why we got this mixed up grid for starters. That's good.
No, it was yesterday's qualifying.
Oh, yesterday. Oh, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, that was good though. That was really interesting. I literally come home just as it was coming through Q1, and fascinating. Well,
Really, that's one.
well. Okay, well. Lots of strategy in sprint race for a change.
Yeah.
Okay, now the Dutch are going to go a bit mad because their man is getting an interview. And Dark Mad One, are you a Drive to Survive fan, or... Well, you say if it's not a huge fan, but if it's on, you watch it. But just sort of curious where about you come on the spectrum of, enthusiast or wanting to learn and do more. Because we do podcasts for the race on the Sunday, of course, and Pedro tends to do all the Saturdays. That's what we call him, Mr. Saturday. Well, you're more than welcome to join us. Hulk was running in a podium position. Shocker, he didn't make it.
I mean, it's not like he could have done much, to be fair.
No. There's no way he was holding off Alonso and Stroll.
Saying that, he was almost... he only finished four tenths behind Alonso.
Yeah, that's nuts. I mean, another half a lap, he would have got the pair of the Aston Martins.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, like, Russell pitted... so he did a 9-lap stint on the softs. So you reckon that if Hulkenberg had pitted, then he could have maybe make up a few more places?
It's a little bit if, buts and maybes, because generally he would have had to
go through traffic,
and then also potentially suffer with bringing his tyres in. It's all hindsight, isn't it? And maybe he come in at the earliest point possible.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 lap sooner wouldn't have been feasible.
But for once, us making a good strategy call. That's been a while.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't send out K-Mag as soon as the other teams were reporting they might consider slick tyres, just to get a sense of what's going on. I mean, we saw it was Russell at Singapore last year. They sent him out way too early to then tell Hamilton, no, they're not ready yet. Which I think was fair. Oh dear. If honest, I only watch the F1 stuff for the crashes as long as no one gets hurt. That's a bit of a tricky topic at the moment, but we'll come to that. To be honest, I used to be exactly the same. Wait for the crashes and the engines to blow up, which in the 90s and the 2000s happened a lot. Now it's more they bump into each other, then there's a spat in the press. Russell Verstappen for about 3 weeks. I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you're right. You're right there.
It's like, oh, you hit my side pod. You turned into me. It's just like me, all the time. Constantly. Oh, well. So, yeah. I enjoyed that. Can we have that for the race tomorrow? What's the weather for tomorrow?
From what I've seen, there's a small chance of rain, but like less than 25% from what I've seen.
So dry. Anything less than 100% in F1 terms is dry.
But then again, they weren't necessary. I think from the predictions I saw today, the weather predictions in the morning, they weren't expecting rain, or it was going to be like a very small chance as well. It ended up raining, so we'll see.
We will see. I think that's the best way of putting it. Okay.
But saying that, the grid is still going to be interesting for tomorrow. Obviously, with Perez starting further back and a few drivers maybe out of position as well. Could be interesting.
Well, I look forward to it. I mean, we've had a couple of dull races around here in the last couple of years. And it's about time it gave us a good race. So, here's hoping that Max isn't P1 at the end of the first lap for the main race and just sods off. Like, exactly here.
Yeah.
Again.
I think it was like the only downfall of this race was the fact that like Max was so. Uh, I mean, he's fast as it is, like avoiding any fighting with the rest of the pack. He was always going to pull out a gap like this.
Call it like it
For the
is.
rest of the
Dominant.
drivers.
It's dominant. I mean, it's
Like,
annoyingly dominant. It really is.
Like 24 lap race, and you pull off a 21-second gap to your teammates in second. That's just crazy.
It is just annoying. As for my streaming, I'm starting a new series tonight of Skyrim, which I'm looking forward to. That is fair. I have played a little bit of Skyrim, but I played the one before that, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, to death, and I never could get into it properly. But I hope you enjoy it, and I'll try and drop by. Oh, well. I think we should end that there, mate.
Yeah. I think there's much to review on this. Like, it was pretty straightforward, and it was amazing. I really enjoyed this race.
Well, before we leave it there, I think it's worth saying Norris massively unlucky.
Yes.
He did overcook it a little bit into turn 3, but so did the Red Bulls, and they all ended up tripping over each other a little bit. Leclerc went backwards. Great call from Russell on the tyres. Almost got Ocon. Well done, Hulkenberg. That's great points to the Haas. Yeah. Any other points you want to bring out?
Don't really think so. I mean, Albon was obviously a bit. It didn't favour him, like the way that the race ended up happening. Like, just lost places as well, but. I don't know. I think you've pretty much said everything there.
Well, it's worth saying in the midfield there's some great action from like Norris and all that sort of thing. Aston Martins were very lucky that Hulkenberg didn't catch them.
True.
But actually, the one thing I do want to say before we disappear, really good driving from all of the drivers out there. Not one person Latifiing it off into the barrier or off into the gravel. Not one of them.
It's true.
I approve. Right. And on that note, I'm going to say let's leave that there. And yeah, it's been fun. Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, thank you for letting me join you.
Technically, you let me join you today, so that works for me.
Okay.
Right, and on that note, catch you later.
See you later.